Hi, it's Laura at Aquamarine18. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am here with what I think will be a pretty quick VR, and this is to the tag Deck and Witchy Gifting. And this one was started by Julie at Peekaboorose, and it's based on a tag about book gifting that I think has been going around for quite some time, but I first saw it on Katie Flowers' channel. So I'll link to Katie Flowers' book giving video as well as Juliet Peekaboorose's video on this one, Deck and Witchy Gifting, where she has adjusted the questions to be, of course, about gifting and receiving decks and witchy items. So there are 9 questions and a bonus. So I will just work through those, and of course I'll put the questions in the description box as well. So, the first question, do you gift decks and witchy items? If so, to whom? Not often. I don't have a lot of folks in my life, in my offline life, who share many of the same, interests or spiritual practices as I do. I gifted a Rider-Waite-Smith deck to a friend once who really wanted one. And she was very happy to receive that. And I've gifted, crystals here and there, but for the most part, friends and family members aren't really interested. I've gifted my brother incense, but he just likes incense. He would never class it as a witchy item. It's just a thing that he likes, So not really all that often. Number 2, are you gifted many decks or witchy items, and are those gifts usually successful? I'm not gifted many decks or witchy items. I can totally count on one hand how many times I've received a gift like that. My absolute favorite and most successful was actually from Julie, who created this tag, who sent me the Tarot of Architectural Objects, which I love very much. I've occasionally received a deck, from a family member if I've put it on a Christmas wish list or something like that. And then, of course, it's successful because it's something I've specifically asked for. So, my grandma gifted me the 100 Ink Animals Oracle deck. But that was something that I pointed out and said, this would be a great gift kind of thing. My family gifted me my first tarot deck ever when I was a preteen, early teen. But I had asked for a deck. So, it was something that they knew, of course, that I was interested in. So that's kind of, the times that I have been gifted these items, and they've always been successful. I will say occasionally as well, I guess, I don't know that my partner would really think of them in these terms, but my partner has gotten me crystal jewelry on occasion, on anniversaries and things like that, which to me I kind of think of as a bit of a witchy item, but I don't think my partner really thinks of them that way. Those gifts, they're always successful because to me they're special, and I always love hearing the thought process behind, which one was chosen, even though occasionally they are things that I never would have picked myself. So the first time my partner ever got me anything, the crystal was a rose quartz pendant, and I love it. It's beautiful, and it was from our first anniversary, and I will cherish it forever. I don't wear pink. I don't particularly like pink. And rose quartz isn't a crystal that I have a lot of. It's not one that I work with regularly or anything like that. But basically my partner had gone into the shop that sells a bunch of crystals and crystal jewelry and saw love on the description for rose quartz and was just like, I guess that's what I'm supposed to get kind of thing. So it was unexpected but successful. Bonus question that Julie has added. If a gift of a deck or a witchy item doesn't resonate, do you rehome it? I've never had this happen, so I've never done that. But I think that if I was gifted a deck that, I just really couldn't imagine working with, I would probably rehome it, especially if I could think of someone in my life, whether, in my YouTube life or in my offline life, who I think it would really resonate with, this isn't quite for me, but, this person would, really love this, then I would definitely rehome it, I think. Or if maybe someone gifted me something that I already had and didn't need two of, same thing, like I would gift it to someone else for sure. Number 3, when you buy yourself decks or witchy items, do you think of them as gifts? Sometimes. Not necessarily always, but sometimes I will like to get myself a little treat, a birthday gift to myself, or, a holiday gift, a Samhain gift to myself for my sacred space or something like that. And then I do think of it as a gift. Or also if I treat myself to something for like an accomplishment, like, oh, you powered through and you hit that hard deadline. Here's another book for your book stack, as a treat. Then I think of that as a gift for sure. Number 4, do you consider used decks / witchy items to be acceptable gifts? Yes, totally, 100%. I think that they're probably more special, for sure. Number 5, if you could receive a gift card for any tarot or witchy website, which would you choose? I'm tempted to say Etsy because there's so much on there, but I also don't think of Etsy as a tarot or witchy website because it has everything. I will say I would love a gift card to the Hermit's Lamp. The Hermit's Lamp is a metaphysical shop in Toronto, which I don't live in Toronto, but I live close enough to Toronto that, when there isn't a pandemic on, I'm in Toronto reasonably often, and I always like to stop in there. The owner of the Hermit's Lamp always has, a really interesting selection of decks and books and, all kinds of little items, crystals and incense holders and different soaps and things that are made in Toronto. A really beautiful shop. And I like supporting, local businesses like that. And they do have a web store. So if I was going to pick a gift card, I would pick the Hermit's Lamp website. Number 6, gift wrapping, gift bag, or bear presentation. I'm not sure with this question if this is what I do when I give a gift, or if this is a question of what I like my gifts that I receive to be like. When I receive a gift, it's just, the happiness of receiving a gift. I don't really care what it's wrapped in, as long as it's not like broken in half in transit or something, I'm happy. In terms of when I'm giving a gift, I suck at gift wrapping. Like, I think if I actually gift wrapped with like wrapping paper, I don't know, someone would give it back to me or something, like would be insulted. My wrapping skills are fucking atrocious. So I don't gift wrap. Usually for a gift, like a Christmas gift or something like that, and this is not tarot witchy specific, this is just in general, I'll do the gift bag with the little piece of tissue paper in the top to kind of conceal, to make it like it's wrapped, but really it's just in the bottom of the bag. I like gift bags a lot because they're reusable. I feel like my family has been using the same 20 Christmas themed gift bags back and forth for like a decade. So that's environmentally sound, which I'm a fan of. So gift bags, and if I was to mail something as a gift, or have to post something, then I would just want something that's going to be really well padded, like a padded mailing envelope, but no wrapping paper for me. Number 7, can you communicate to others when a deck or witchy item is a lend and not a gift? I don't know that I have ever lent anything that would be a deck or witchy item. I've never lent anyone a deck. I've never had anyone ask to borrow one. So it's not that I wouldn't. It's never come up. I feel like, though, I'm pretty clear about my intentions and I say what I'm thinking. So if I lent something to someone and it, kind of in their mind was a gift and it wasn't forthcoming being returned back to me, I would just ask where it was. Like, I don't have a problem asking something like that. I've had to do that with books occasionally, or DVDs or something like that. So yeah, I don't have this problem to not be able to communicate that. Number 8, have you ever given someone a tarot or witchy ebook? No, I don't think I've ever given anyone an ebook at all. Back way back when I shared an Amazon account with my immediate family, my mom and I could kind of access ebooks that each other had bought because we had both our Kindles registered to the same account, but like that's not really gifting. So I've never gifted any ebook, though I do love an ebook. Number 9, name 5 decks or witchy gifts you'd love to receive. This is just asking for my wish list, right? I don't know. I don't have a huge wish list right now. I guess going in kind of 2 very different directions. One witchy gift that I do occasionally receive, for Christmas or something like that, that I really like receiving, are things that I use really regularly. So like there's a couple of different incenses that I really like, and they're not, they're just incense that's available, in any shop that sells it. Like Nag Champa and the Moon incense I really like. And I like when someone gifts me those because it's something that I'm always going through. And so if someone knows me well enough to know which ones I like, which my immediate family does, and my partner does, though my partner would never gift me incense because we disagree on whether incense is a nice thing. But something like that, or tea lights, things like this that I use a lot is a great gift. And then I guess the only other, and I can't imagine ever receiving anything like this as a gift, but there are a couple of out-of-print decks that are on my wish list that, because they're out of print, they're very rarely, if ever, on eBay. When they are, I can't afford them. I don't necessarily anticipate them being reprinted. So, this would be something that maybe through a trade or a gift, if, one of those very few out-of-print decks, and like there's not many out-of-print decks on my list, actually. There's really only a couple. But one of those as a gift would be like amazing, Again, like not likely and not something I would ever expect. But if someone happened to have one of those decks and they didn't really resonate with it and wanted to give it to someone who would really cherish it, then that would be a great gift too. Number 10 is to tag people. If you would like to answer this tag deck and witchy gifting, consider yourself tagged. And if you don't want to participate in the tag, don't consider yourself tagged. I am a fan of just, jumping on board when you have something to say. So consider yourself tagged. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Have a good one until then. Bye.